Guardiola. My love for Barcelona destroys me, and I don't want to face them in the Champions League. Pep Guardiola, the Manchester City manager, stated that he does not wish to face Barcelona in the Champions League and spoke about Johan Cruyff's influence on him. Guardiola affirmed that Lionel Messi is the greatest player of all time in his view. Guardiola said, "I can't imagine what my life and career would have been like without Cruyff. He taught me so much tactically, but more importantly, he taught me on a human level. He was a genius, one of a kind. I fell in love with football because of him." Regarding Messi, he added, in comments published by Sport, "You have to know him. For me, it's easy to say he's the best player of all time, but all the stars aligned at that moment," he continued. "The strongest? That might be disrespectful to Pelé and Maradona, but for me, yes," referring to Messi. Speaking more about Messi, Guardiola said, "I've never seen anyone train the way he does. You can't imagine someone maintaining that level of consistency for 15 to 20 years. When you see him up close, you think of Tiger Woods or Michael Jordan. We were lucky to be his contemporaries." Moreover, when asked which opponent he would prefer not to face in the Champions League, he answered, "Good question. Probably Barcelona. The love I have for them destroys me. Dest, Chavy wasn't honest with me at Barcelona." American international Serginho Dest, currently playing for Dutch club PSV Eindhoven, revealed that Xavi Hernandez wasn't honest with him during their time together at Barcelona. Dest joined Barcelona in the 2020 transfer window from Ajax, but after 2 years, he was loaned out to AC Milan in 2022, followed by another loan to PSV Eindhoven, before moving on a free transfer this past summer. The American player, who is currently recovering from a torn ACL, made these comments in an interview with the Spanish newspaper Sport, while in Barcelona for his recovery. He highlighted Xavi's lack of honesty with him. Dest said, "I don't think Xavi was honest with me. We had several conversations where he told me he trusted my abilities and that he would rely on me when I returned from the loan." He added, "After that, I started doubting whether it was really true. In the summer before I went on holiday, he told me not to read the newspapers, but when I returned to training, he told me, 'You have to leave.'" He continued, "I can't say I regret playing there because, in the end, it wasn't up to me. But I don't feel like I got the chance I needed with Chavy. I also faced technical difficulties, and he asked me not to push forward, even though that's one of my strengths." He concluded, "I don't rule out returning to Spain. I'm happy at PSV, but I'm ambitious about playing in one of the top 5 leagues again. I believe with hard work and consistency, I'll get what I want. We never know what the future holds." Dest was one of Ajax's promising talents and left the club in a deal worth €21 million, joining Barcelona under coach Ronald Koeman. He played 57 matches for Barcelona, starting in 48, but was sidelined after Chavy replaced Koeman. Great news awaits Barcelona after the international break. According to Mundo Deportivo, FC Barcelona is expecting great news regarding its injured players after the international break. The trio of Fermín López, Dani Olmo, and Gavi are nearing their return to the pitch after recovering from injuries. All eyes are on Gavi, who has been absent from the squad for several months. Fans are also eager for the return of the Polish goalkeeper, Wojciech Szczęsny, who is working on regaining full fitness to take over from the injured Marc-André ter Stegen. Barcelona awaits the return of its stars after the international break. The newspaper reported that Fermín, Szczęsny, Gavi, and Olmo are all undergoing tests in the coming days to determine their readiness to participate in matches once the break concludes. Barcelona officials are reportedly optimistic about the quartet's availability for the team's upcoming matches. Guardiola's high praise for Barcelona. Duo Lamine Yamal and Pedri. In his recent interview with the media, Pep Guardiola, the renowned Spanish coach and manager of Manchester City, expressed his great admiration for the performances of Barcelona's young duo, Lamine Yamal and Pedri, with the Spanish national team. This young pair has stunned the world with their brilliant performances, both for their club Barcelona and for the Spanish national team, especially after their impressive display in the recent match against Denmark, which showcased their maturity and rapid development. Guardiola began his comments by praising the players, saying, "Lamine Yamal and Pedri are symbols of the bright future of Spanish football. At such a young age, they managed to adapt to the demands of the highest levels of football, both domestically and internationally. What we saw from them in Spain's match against Denmark reflects the extent of their talent, as well as their strong mentality despite their young age." Guardiola spoke in particular about Lamine Yamal, who has amazed everyone with his unique talent and rapid progress. He said, "Lamine Yamal is one of the best rising talents I've seen in recent years. What he's doing with Barcelona and Spain is unbelievable, especially when you consider his young age. He is a player with high technical ability and amazing skills, but most importantly, he has a strong personality on the pitch. He's not afraid of challenges and doesn't hesitate to take advantage of the opportunities presented to him. What he did in the game against Denmark shows that his future will be spectacular." Guardiola pointed out that Yamal isn't just a fast winger with individual skills, but he also possesses tactical vision, enabling him to read the game and offer creative solutions. A player like Yamal doesn't just rely on his speed or dribbling skills. He knows when to move and when to pass, which is what sets great players apart. Seeing him play with such tactical maturity at this age shows that he will become a global star if he continues on this path. As for Pedri, who is considered one of the most important midfielders of his generation, Guardiola also showered him with praise. He said, "Pedri is the brain of Spain in midfield. He has the perfect balance between defense and attack and can manage games brilliantly. He is calm on the pitch, but at the same time, he is decisive. His game reading, precise passes, and movement without the ball make him indispensable for any team." Guardiola confirmed that Pedri represents the new generation of Spanish midfielders who follow in the footsteps of legends like Chavy and Iniesta. He said, "What makes Pedri stand out is that he combines high technical skills with a deep understanding of the game. He resembles Chavy and Iniesta in the way he calmly and thoughtfully manages games. But what sets him apart is his ability to adapt to any scenario, whether the team is controlling possession or in a defensive situation." Guardiola also praised the great understanding between Pedri and Yamal on the pitch, noting that this kind of chemistry between young players is exactly what the Spanish national team needs to regain its brilliance in major tournaments. When you see Pedri and Lamine Yamal play together, you realize there's a natural connection between them. Each knows how the other moves and how to exploit the spaces created by his teammate. This harmony comes from continuous training, but also from the natural intelligence both players possess. He added, "The Spanish national team relies heavily on this type of player, who combines talent and character. In the Denmark match, we saw how the duo managed to dictate the pace of the game and how each contributed to creating chances and controlling the midfield. These are the kinds of players that keep Spain at the forefront of football." Guardiola concluded his remarks by affirming that the future of Spanish football looks bright with players like Yamal and Pedri. "I think Spain has a new generation of exceptional players, and Pedri and Yamal are at the top of that list. If they continue to work hard and stay humble, their future will be brilliant. Spain and Barcelona are lucky to have these two players, and I expect we will see them leading both teams to many successes in the coming years." Guardiola's comments reflect the immense respect and appreciation he has for what this young duo is doing with Barcelona and the Spanish national team, confirming that Yamal and Pedri have all the ingredients to become some of the best players in the world. Guardiola, known for his tactical genius and development of young talents, places a lot of hope in this new generation, which has the potential to bring Spain back to international glory.
Vâng, và trước khi tiếp tục video, thì các quý vị đang xem video thấy hay thì like, comment và đăng ký ủng hộ kênh với nhé. Một lần nữa xin chân thành cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều.
William Gallas advises Cole Palmer to join Barcelona. French football legend William Gallas, formerly of Chelsea and Arsenal, has advised English winger Cole Palmer, currently at Chelsea, to consider a move to Barcelona. In comments relayed by the British newspaper Metro, Gallas said, "Moving to Barcelona would be a great step for Palmer, but they already have talented young players like Lamine Yamal, and they might also sign Nico Williams." William Gallas. Cole Palmer's move to Barcelona would be a great step. He added, "It looks like Palmer is in for a season very similar to the last one. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to speak to Chelsea in the summer if they fail to win any trophies again, as he'll want to clearly understand their goals." He continued, "He has the ability to go wherever he wants and succeed because he's an exceptional player." Gallus concluded, "His quality is completely different from any other English player, and he can be hugely successful wherever he goes." Palmer has played in 9 matches this season for Chelsea across all competitions, scoring 6 goals and providing 5 assists. Real Madrid pushes Barcelona to adopt a special plan for Dani Olmo. Reports have revealed a special plan put in place by Barcelona, led by German coach Hans Flick, to get midfielder Dani Olmo, 26, fully fit ahead of their anticipated clash with Real Madrid on the 26th of October. Olmo has been sidelined with a muscle injury, forcing him to miss Barcelona's last 6 matches, 4 in La Liga and 2 in the Champions League. Additionally, he was absent from the current Spanish national team camp, which is competing in the 2024-25 UEFA Nations League group stage against Denmark and Serbia. Dani Olmo's gradual return to Barcelona's lineup. According to Foot Mercado, citing Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona's plan for Olmo is to gradually reintegrate him into the team. It is expected that Olmo will start on the bench for Barcelona's next match against Sevilla on Sunday, the 20th of October in La Liga's 10th round. He will likely be introduced in the second half for 30 minutes. Olmo will be able to play 45 minutes or an entire half in Barcelona's following match against Bayern Munich on Wednesday, the 23rd of October in the Champions League group stage. Flick hopes that by gradually reintroducing Olmo, the attacking midfielder will be fit enough to play the full 90 minutes by the time Barcelona faces their historic rivals Real Madrid on Saturday, the 26th of October in La Liga's 11th round. Olmo joined Barcelona last summer from RB Leipzig for €55 million. He quickly established himself as an important player in Barcelona's lineup, scoring 3 goals in his 3 La Liga appearances. It's worth noting that Barcelona has started the new La Liga season, 2024-25, in impressive fashion, winning 8 of the first 9 matches and leading the table with 24 points, 3 points ahead of their closest rivals, Real Madrid. Barcelona management prepares a new contract for Gavi after his return from injury. The return of Spanish international Gavi, Barcelona's midfielder, to the field is nearing after recovering from the cruciate ligament injury he suffered last season. Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano revealed that Gavi's return is imminent, with Barcelona's medical staff ready to give him the green light to return to competition soon. At the same time, Barcelona's management is planning to speed up talks regarding a new contract for Gavi, who is considered a key element in the club's project. For President Joan Laporta's administration, renewing Gavi's contract is among the top priorities, alongside Pedri's renewal. Gavi suffered a serious knee injury during Spain's victory over Georgia in November 2023 in the UEFA Euro 2024 qualifiers, which La Roja won last summer. The 20-year-old midfielder appeared in Barcelona's group training sessions on the 12th of September 2024 for the first time after 298 days of absence, following the end of his treatment and rehabilitation. Gavi's character and physical fitness allowed him to progress well through the rehabilitation stages from the serious knee injury, adhering strictly to the work and plans laid out by the club's professionals, which enabled him to pass the recovery stages satisfactorily.